Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. So today's video is going to be another Freshen Up Friday video. I am so sorry guys that this is a day late. So this is going to be going up on a Saturday. I had some really bad technical difficulties. So I am sorry it is a day late, but at least it's up for you guys. So the first room on my list is the kitchen. So I'm going to start off and I'm going to mop my floor. So I'm going to be using this French vanilla soap scent. I'm not a fan, like I said in my last video, but I'm going to use that to mop the floor. Then once the floor is mopped, I'm going to pop my rugs down. It is so nice to have rugs on my floor. I've washed them and just left them on the table for such a long time and I haven't bothered to put them down. So it's so nice to have them on the floor. And then I'm also going to go in with some foam freshener to freshen them up. Now moving on to the sink. So I wanted to give my sink a real good clean. I haven't done it in a while. So I'm going to start off by washing my dishes organizer. This is a little bit of a pain. I do like it obviously because it helps out a lot, but it needs cleaning all of the time. And if you don't, it kind of has this horrible smell. So yeah, I had to give this a clean because it was just getting really bad. Then once that was done, I went ahead and used some fairy liquid and just washed over the sink itself. I found this is the best way to clean my sink. If I wash it first with fairy liquid and then I'll go in with the products that I'm going to use to clean it. It's just what works best for me, and I've also seen Mrs. Hinch do it this way as well, which also really works for her as well, and I think it does an amazing job. Then going in with a natural soap multi-purpose cleaner, and I'm going to wipe over the sink using that as well. This is just going to give it a nice shine and a nice smell as well, and get rid of any bacteria or food that is left on the sink. Then the last thing I'm going to use is my Cif stainless steel cleaner. This is honestly amazing, and I've just learned as well a new trick. If you want it to work properly and give it a good shine, make sure that your sink is completely dry before you use it, and then buff it into a dry sink. It gives the best shine. Honestly guys, if you're buffing it into a wet sink, it's not really working at its fullest. So if you buff it into a dry sink, honestly guys, your sink will be gleaming, and I absolutely loved the results of this stuff on my sink this day. Now on to the last thing I have to do in the kitchen, which was this massive mountain of clothes. I needed to move this upstairs and off the table so that I can clean the table. So as you can see, this is most probably about 4 loads of washing. And it did take me 4 times to walk up and down the stairs to take all of this washing upstairs, guys. So yeah, I'm so good at washing the clothes, but when it comes to folding them and putting them away, that is just another story. Can any of you guys relate? Love washing them, hate folding them. Alright, so now that the table is clear, I'm going to go in with that natural soap spray again and just give the table a quick wipe over to get any crumbs or dust that was left there on the table. And then I'm going to go in with the Star Drops white vinegar, and this is going to give the table a gorgeous shine. I've been loving this white vinegar a lot recently. I've been using it on all my utensils and everything in the kitchen, and it brings them up to such a gorgeous finish. I've really been loving it, and especially for glass and windows as well, it does an amazing job. So I've really been enjoying using that lately. Then I'm just going to give all my table mats a wipe over and pop them back in their places. I'm also going to pop a wax melt on. I haven't done this in such a long time, and I absolutely love the smell of walking into the kitchen, and it smells amazing. It gets rid of all the food smells after you've been cooking, and I'm going to be using the scent Girlfriend Night. I've never tried this one before, but when I bought it and I opened it to smell it, it smelled gorgeous. And guys, this made my whole kitchen smell amazing. Alright, and that's the first list done. So I wiped the table, I mopped the floor, and I also cleaned the sink. Now on to the next room. I'm going to start off by brushing and mopping the floor in the living room because it really did need it. I would normally hoover in here, but at this point Carter was sleeping on the left just there with a blanket over him, so I was not going to hoover in here. So instead I opted for brushing the floor. I do not like brushing the floor because this is such a big space to brush. It does take quite a while, and as you can see there was loads and loads of crumbs on this floor, so that's why it is better to hoover it, but it did the job. It just took me a lot longer than what I would normally. Now that the floor is all nice and brushed, I'm going to go in and mop the floor. So I'm going to be using that natural soap by Flash. And like I said, I am not really that much of a fan of it. I know people raved about it when it first came out. I think I was just expecting more of a sweeter vanilla scent, and it just wasn't that. Like, it is sweet, but I don't know, it's too soapy for my liking. But I am enjoying it. I am going to use it, but I wouldn't have gone for it over my Zaflora's. But yeah, it'll do for now. Then I went ahead and put my rugs down. So my rugs haven't been down in the living room for about 2 days. I tend to put them down for 2 days, then I'll wash them, then I'll put them down the following day. Because with 2 little toddlers, they tend to get a little bit grubby. So I have to wash them every other day or every 2 days or so, because otherwise it'll be a disaster. And I'm not planning on putting my big rug down for a while, because it needs to be professionally cleaned, as it's really getting on my nerves, all the bits stuck to each other. So the last thing I did then was foam freshen them, and I also picked this up at the same day I picked those French soaps up, and it's the Tranquil Haze. I have had it before, but I hadn't had it for a while, so I went and purchased it again. And then going in to wipe my windows. So again, I'm using the Star Drops white vinegar, and like I said, I've been really enjoying using this lately. Like, it is so good. I brought my windows up so good. I don't know how many times I said so good there. Honestly guys, I just can't speak today. But no, it did a super job, and no streaks. They looked so shiny. It looked so good. I'm so enjoying using it. Then I went ahead and took everything off my windowsill and gave that a quick wipe down as well, again using that natural soap scent, and wiped it all down, and then just put everything back. Alright, now moving on to my fireplace. So I went ahead and used the natural soap scent again and just sprayed it all over the fireplace and gave it a good wipe down. I also wiped over the little unit holding the Xbox as well, and just gave it a good wipe over, as loads and loads of crumbs tend to collect on that Xbox little box, and it bugs me so much because it looks so messy. And I also went ahead and took everything off the top of the fireplace as well and gave that a quick wipe down as well. And that's the living room gem. So I hoovered and mopped the floor, well, brushed the floor. I wiped the windows and the windowsill, and I also wiped the fireplace. Now on to the third room, I've got to do it. So this was kind of a random list I decided to do rather than put it into a specific room. So as you saw, while I was cleaning the kitchen, I had a mountain of clothes. So I'm going to go ahead and fold all of those clothes and get them put away. And I also have a basket of socks to fold. That is my worst job ever, is trying to put socks together in their pairs, because in this house we have so many missing socks. I don't know where they go. I'm sure my washing machine eats them, but I hate sorting through socks, guys. But when it's done, we have actually got loads and loads and loads of socks, and I don't need to keep buying them all the time because we can never find any. We're always wearing odd socks and it's just not good. So I sorted through all of that and it was all done, guys. I finally had loads of socks to wear. So the second thing I wanted to do was to give the door another coat of paint. I'd already done 2 coats of paint on this door, as you would have seen in my last video. If you've watched that, if you haven't watched it, go ahead and check it out. But if you did watch it, you'd know that I put the door back on here. And I've already done 2 coats of paint, but I wanted to put the 3rd coat on because then it doesn't need any more and it looks done. And it looked great afterwards, guys. I'm so happy I did it. And then the 3rd thing I had to do on my random list was to swap out the photos in these photo frames. So while I was sorting out that little cupboard that you just saw me painting the door to, I found a load of photo frames that I totally forgot I had. So I'm going to take out the old photos and I'm going to put new ones in of the babies. And I haven't found a place for these photos yet. I think I might hang them up on the wall going up my stairs. I'm not sure. I think I'm going to buy some more so there's more rather than just 3, but we'll see. But they looked so much better after I pulled the old photos out and put the new ones in. And that's my random list done. So I painted the landing door, I folded all the clean clothes, and I also changed the photos over in the photo frames. Now on to the last thing I've got to do. So I had a little bit of a hiccup with this whole recording part of this video, so I only ended up hoovering the landing as the last part, which is fine. I'll just do the rest another day, but obviously, guys, you won't see it, so I am sorry that you don't get to see the rest of this video. I had to end it here because my camera, my phone, my storage, everything was playing up. I had so many technical difficulties, hence why this video wasn't up on time. Like I said, I am sorry, guys, but I did manage to do the landing, and I also sprayed over it with some foam freshener, so I only got one thing out of those 3 that I wanted to do. But never mind. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.